Hello, future engineers, students, subscribers, and viewers. Here is a video on 2D rigid body equilibrium, and I presented here for sample problems. I hope that this will help you in your preparations to your exam and to equip you with the necessary tools for you to be prepared in engineering life. So this is the first problem. Draw the free body diagram of the beam and B, determine the reactions of the supports. So the original figure here is this combination of light blue and the supports here, black. The red ones are the designation, labeling of the reaction components in preparation for the free body diagrams. So at A, we have a ruler, so that's why the normal reaction is perpendicular to this surface, which is vertical, so it is horizontal. I just assume that it is leftward, but you can assume that it is rightward if you want. Then take note, we have a couple here, which is clockwise. The value, magnitude of the couple would be 30 times 2, so 60 kilonewton meter, which I replace it here. Then of course, we have the X and Y components at B because this is a pin support. So I assume that it is rightward and the vertical component upward. This distance is 4 meters, 12 meters minus 8. Then 150 kilonewtons is resolved into, because the slope is 3 horizontal, 4 vertical. So the hypotenuse is 5. The horizontal component is leftward and it is equal to 150 times 3, this 3 here over 5. So that's 90 kilonewtons. The vertical component is 150 times 4 over 5, so 120 kilonewtons. Then the other designations labeling will be done for the checking later. So first, I always employ summation of moment equation for statics because this is an independent equation. But for those who want to solve this with the aid of your high-tech calculator, you can just set up summation forces x0, first equation, summation of forces along y equals 0, second equation, and summation of moment about any point equals 0. And that's the third equation. After setting up those three equations, you solve those three equations simultaneously with your calculator and make sure that the answers are the same here. So, as I said, I am fond of finding point where all except one unknown can be eliminated. So first, summation of moment about B. So summation of moments about B considering counterclockwise positive. The moment of NA is counterclockwise and it is NA times 6. That's 6. Then plus 120, this is counterclockwise, times 12. Then no more, so equals clockwise moments. So we have a couple which is clockwise 60 and the moment of the 40 kilonewton load or force about B is clockwise and it is 40 times 4. Solving for NA is negative 203.3 newtons. The meaning of negative sign here is that I wrongly assigned or I wrongly applied the normal reaction here. It should be rightward, but that's the final answer. It is indicated here that NA is leftward, so that means it is rightward because it is negative. So that is still considered correct. No need to uh, correct this direction because it will just ruin or destroy the figure and free body diagram and it will be confusing. So that's it. Then because the other way is supposedly if you sum up moment about this point here, invent a point here so that NA and BY can be eliminated, then you can solve for BX. But this time, I'll just use summation versus X, and in checking later, there is still summation of moment about another point, summation versus Y. I will use that for checking our answers later. And I will also check these answers by choosing this point O here so that all these given forces, including the calculated reactions, will be involved so that if the moment about this arbitrary point O will be 0, that means all these answers are correct. So I just use summation versus X equals 0 and use summation of moment later as another way of checking these answers. So summation versus X0, BX rightward, then minus 90, couples are not involved, then minus NA. So take note that we have leftward NA, so minus NA. So you copy the original value of NA, including the sign, because it is still leftward, and that is retained, equals 0. So solving for BX, it is positive 90. This becomes positive here. If transposed to the right, it becomes negative. So 90 minus 203.3 is equal to negative 113.3 Newton. So that means that BX again is wrongly directed, so it is leftward. But that's the final answer. So it's negative, so meaning to say it is opposite to that assigned direction. Then finally, we have summation of moments about A equals 0 to solve for BY. So considering counterclockwise positive, moment of BY is counterclockwise and the moment arm is 12, is 12 here, plus 40 counterclockwise times 8, then plus this BX here, which is counterclockwise, so carry the sign, plus negative 113.3, the moment arm is 6, then no more, so equals clockwise moments, which are this couple, 60 kilonewton meter, and the moment of the 90 kilonewton load, or component of this load, which is clockwise, so plus 90 times 6. So again, counterclockwise moments in the left side equals clockwise moments in the right side. Solving for BY, it is equal to 80 newtons. So for checking, summation versus Y should be 0. So summation versus Y equals 40 upward plus BY, which is 80, then minus 120. Then that checks it is 0. Another way of checking, I choose this point O here, and I choose, remember, point is arbitrary. So it's better to select point O so that all forces, including the couple, will be involved. So this is 4 meters. I choose that as 4 meters. Then this is 2 meters. 6 minus 4. And its distance is the center of this horizontal portion of the bar. So that's why you have 6 and 6 meters. So summation of moments about O counterclockwise positive again. So beginning with NA, which is counterclockwise about O. So its magnitude, its sign is negative 203.3 and its moment arm is 2. That's 2 counterclockwise. Then plus the moment of this 120 kilonewton load, which is counterclockwise, so 120 times 6. Then plus the moment of this 40 kilonewton load, which is counterclockwise, which is 40 times 2. This 2 here, this is 2 meters, 6 minus 4. Then plus the moment of BX, which is counterclockwise. And because BX is negative, so we carry the negative sign, negative 113.3, and the moment arm is 4 meters again. Take note about O. Then plus BY, which is 80 newtons, it is counterclockwise, so BY times 6, that's 6. 80 times 6. Then minus clockwise moments, which are this 90 kilonewton load clockwise, minus 90 times 4, and minus the couple, which is 60. Then calculating, that is almost 0. There's a difference, I think 0.2, but 0.2 compared to these forces, it's very, very small. So that's it. That is understandable because we rounded off values of these reactions to 4 significant figures. Remember, other values, that's repeating, and 0.2 Newton is very, very small. So that's it for this part. So for this second problem, we have problem 63. The mass of each of the suspended weights is 80 kilograms. Determine the reactions at the supports at A and E. So this mass, when multiplied by the acceleration due to gravity, kilograms times 9.81 meters per second square, it becomes Newton. So these are in newtons, m times 9.81, m times 9.81. I just present m here. I just designate the mass as m because in the second part, it is n that is required, the safe value of n. And take note that n is 80 kilograms in problem 63. So for the solution, these are the component reactions. So this would be the free body diagram, including these red annotations. So first, I want to solve for NE. So we sum up moments about A so that these two unknowns will not be involved. Only NE will be the unknown. So summation of moments about A equals 0. Counterclockwise positive. So we have NE times 300. Then no more counterclockwise. Clockwise moments due to these weights here. So we have m times 9.81. The moment arm is 200. There's no need to change these units mm to meter because I use moment arms here that are in mm. So it's consistent. So NE times 300 equals m times 9.81 times 200 mm plus m times 9.81, and the moment arm is 400 mm. So solving for NE, it is 9.62 of m. Take note that m is 80 kilograms. Actually, we can now compute that value, but I just defer it. Let's proceed. Summation of moments about E this time to solve for AX because AY passes through E equals 0. So this time clockwise moments positive. So AX is clockwise about E. So AX times 300. Then this m times 9.81 is also clockwise times 200. Then this is also clockwise, m times 9.81 times moment arm 400. Then no more force with moment about E equate to 0. So solving for AX, it is negative 19.62 m. The meaning of negative sign, again, this is that AX is strongly directed, so it is leftward. So, but that remains there because these are external support reactions. The direction will not be changed, but it is negative, remember, it is leftward. Then since AX and NA are parallel to each other, we can no longer set up equation summation of moments to solve for AY. So we have to sum up forces along Y. So summation forces along Y equals 0. So we have AY, then minus 9.81 m minus 9.81 m equals 0. So solving for AY, it is also 19.62. So these reaction components are all equal. In fact, it is also equal to NE. So AX can now be computed, negative 19.62 times 80, negative 1569.6 newtons. That is also equal to AY, but AY is positive, so it's upward. Therefore, the magnitude of the reaction at A, we'll just call it A, and it is directed up to the left because AX is supposedly to the left. So AX and AY have same magnitude, so square root of 1569.6 square plus 1569.6 square, and that is 2220 newtons. and this is the direction because that's only the magnitude. This is the direction. Finally, NA is same as AX equals AY, so we round off values to 15, 17 newtons. You can make AY and AX equal to 15, 17 newtons, but A is still 2,220 newtons to 4 significant figures. So finally, to solve for 64, the suspended weights are each of mass m. The supports at A and E will each safely support a force of 6 kilonewtons magnitude. Based on this criterion, what is the largest safe value of n? So this problem is good, but this is basic. It for CE students and maybe mechanical engineering students, we are prepared here to design. So for safety purposes, since A is more critical than that at E, critical because the reaction at A is greater compared to that to the normal reaction at T, which is only 1570. A is in 2220 newtons. So when mass is increased, definitely this will rise until such time that this capacity support the maximum, the safe reaction magnitude of the reaction that can be supported is 6 kilonewtons or 6,000 newtons. It might be reached or surpassed. So therefore, A is more critical compared to E because it has greater reaction value. So from Pythagoras theorem, A square equals AX square plus AY square, we assign the magnitude of 6,000 newtons to A. So substitute 6,000 square should be greater equal to, this should be greater. So 19.62 m quantity square plus 19.62 m quantity square. So remember AX negative, but negative quantity square, that's still positive. Solving for m should be less than equal to 216.2 kilograms. So meaning all values of mass can be safely supported by this support system without a problem. So 200 kilograms, it's safe. Even less than 216.2, the maximum is 216.2 kilograms. Beyond that, 220 kilograms, if you assign M 220 kilograms, then this support system will fail theoretically based on this info. So for problem 3, 66, part A, a weight W rests on the bar AB. Here, the cable connecting W and B passes over frictionless pulleys. If bar AB has negligible weight, this bar here, show that the reaction at A is given by W quantity L minus A all over L plus A, where A is this distance here, the distance of the center of gravity of this weight from support A. So we assign the tension at B to be T. Tension anywhere in this cable is T because the pulleys are frictionless. So therefore, we have T here and we have W. The net value of T and W will be transmitted to the contact point between this weight and this bar here. And if you imagine that this is your body, you will feel that your foot will be in, or your feet will be in compression. So because it is a compression force, the normal reaction between this body of weight W and the bar will be upward or towards the point of application. So let's compute the net reaction that will be transmitted from this body here by drawing this free body diagram. So we have tension, weight downward, and this is the normal reaction N. which is pressure. So summation versus y equals 0, T plus N minus W or equals W. So therefore N, the transmitted force at this point of contact is W minus T. It is W minus T and it is upward here, so that when we draw the free body diagram of the bar, so this remains upward because that's is the tension at D. AY, this is assumed to be upward. AX will not change value and direction because this is an external support. And take note that AX is 0 because no load here is horizontal. And therefore, AX, which is equal to 0, we have AY, the only unknown. We say that the reaction at A is equal to AY. So we'll just denote that as A later, or AY equals A. So this is now the free body diagram of this bar. Now the normal force, which was upward here, would now be W minus T, and it is directed downward. This is the transmitted force at the contact point. Now, the reason why it is now downward, it's because this contact point is internal. And from axiom 4 in mechanics, action and reaction forces are equal but oppositely directed. So that's why it's going down. So I hope that you can imagine and feel it. So stick to that principle. So summation of moments about B to set up the formula for AY. Take note there are two unknowns here. The tension in the cable and this vertical component of reaction at A, which happens to be the reaction at A. So summation moment B equals 0, counterclockwise positive. We have AY times L equals clockwise moments, which is quantity W minus T, and the moment arm is L minus A. L minus A. Call that equation 1. Then we sum up moments about B to derive an expression for T. Or you can sum up moment here if you want. But let's just select A as our moment center. This time clockwise positive. So we have T times L, then minus or equals quantity W minus T times A. So simplifying this, we have TL equals WA minus TA. Then, this is the next step. We transpose negative TA to the left, so we have TL plus TA equals WA. Factor out T, so T quantity L plus A equals WA. Therefore, T is WA over L plus A. We then substitute that in equation 1. And this is now the continuation. AY times L equals quantity. I change parentheses to brackets. So we have W minus T, and T is WA over L plus A. Then close, then we have L minus A. So simplifying inside the brackets by algebra, cross multiply, LCD is L plus A. So we have AY equals 1 over L. Then inside the brackets, we have WL plus WA minus WA. Then all over L plus A. Then copy quantity L minus A. So we can cancel WA minus WA, leaving WL in this numerator. So probably you can cancel L, but I'll just simplify it further. 1 over L quantity WL times L minus A over L plus A. So we can cancel L, then finally AY equals A equals W times quantity L minus A over L plus A, which is this desired expression for the reaction. So it checks. Then we proceed to B. If weight of bar AB were considered, what would be the new reaction at A? Since the weight of this bar, this is homogeneous and uniform bar, the weight therefore is denoted by WAB, and that WAB, this is WAB, because it is acting at the center of gravity, which happens to be the centroid also, or the center of this bar. Therefore, common sense, if you imagine you are carrying this bar, you have your friend, then each of you will carry the same amount of reaction, and that is half of the weight of the bar because it is acting at the center. For those who cannot imagine that the increase in the tension is delta T, increase in the reaction at A is delta A, and they are equal, each is half of the weight, you may sum up moment about B, for example. So delta A times L equals WAB times L over 2. So cancel L. That's why delta A would be weight of bar AB divided by 2. Delta T also would be weight of bar AB divided by 2. So this is the solution. Instead of analyzing the problem, we analyze it again and we just incorporate WAB. It will take time again. Anyway, the result would still be this. So therefore, the new reaction at A is W quantity L minus A over L plus A. The reaction when the weight of the bar is not included or ignored, then plus this time including the weight of the bar. This is the additional reaction at A. So that's it for that problem. Then let me discuss it further for situations like this. So if the left end, if you have here a uniform bar, this time negligible weight, and we have a force P acting at the center, so that's why L over 2 here. L over 2, this is a pit support, and this is a roller support. The reaction at the roller support is perpendicular to the horizontal surface, so it's upward B. The reaction at A is supposedly there will be two reaction components, horizontal and vertical. But obviously, the horizontal component is 0 because there's no inclined load here. Therefore, RA, or reaction at A, is simply AY. So that's why we say that A equals B. So that's why I check it. Now, for this second situation, same beam, pin at A, roller at B. This time, because the load, although acting at the center, has horizontal component of load, this support at A will resist that horizontal component of force. So AX will now have a value, and AY, of course, has a value, and B is still upward with a value. So reaction at A would be up to the left, reaction at B would be upward. The fact that they are not same direction or same direction, they are not parallel. Therefore, the reaction at A is no longer equal to that at B. So even if the load is acting at the center of that bar or beam, it's because there is horizontal component of the load B. And lastly, we have here a fixed support and a roller support here. So the question is, will the reactions at A and B the same? And we have a load P here acting at L over 2, L over 2. So at the center, vertical, there's no horizontal component. So the answer again is A is not equal to B because at A, we have, although horizontal component of reaction is 0, but there is this moment reaction at A. So this moment reaction and we have vertical reaction at A will definitely be not equal to B because at B it's only purely vertical force, and B we have aside from the moment reaction we have also a vertical reaction. So I hope that you are satisfied with that explanation, and you will encounter that in the future in civil engineering courses. So that's it for this problem. So let's have this final problem. This is 3D, but because the forces are parallel forces, so it's like a two-dimensional problem also. And this is a simple problem except for the location of the centroid of this triangular plate. Maybe you do not know, but as long as you know the centroid of a right triangle, location of centroid, then you can split the triangle into two right triangles if you want. So I present here a way where I can compute the weight and locate it at just one point. And let's verify using the Varignon's theorem if the location of this single weight of the triangular plate is indeed at the formula given here. And if you want to see the derivation of this formula, you just look at, I think, in Vitamath, in my playlist on Vitamath, just find the derivation of this centroidal formula for triangles only. This is not applicable for quadrilaterals. You may divide the quadrilateral into two triangles so that you can locate the centroid of each triangle. Or any polygon, you just define triangles. You can define triangles for any polygon. Then this formula is applicable for each triangle. So for the weight of steel, so by the way, this is the formula for the centroid of the triangle in general. 1/3 of quantity XA plus XG, center of gravity or centroid, is 1/3 of XA plus XB plus X sub C. And YG is 1/3 of YA plus YB plus Y sub C. So it's easy to remember because this is just the average of the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle. So first, let's apply directly the formula. XA is 2.7, 1.8 plus 0.9. Then XB is 0. This is our reference. Imagine this is the origin. Then X sub C is 1.8. So that's why it's 1.5 XG. So it is presented here. If this is the weight of steel, single weight of steel, then that's 1.5. Likewise, this is YB. So YB is 1/3 of YA, which is 0, plus YB, which is also 0, plus YC, which is 3. And 3 is 1.2 plus 1.8 given here. 1.2 plus 1.8, so that's why it's 3. And 1/3 of 3 is 1 meter, so that's 1 meter. So if that is 1 meter, we know that if we treat this as a right triangle, the location of the centroid is 1/3 also of the height, which is 1. And for this second right triangle, 1/3 of 3 is also 1. So obviously, there's no need to apply Varignon's theorem, but if you apply Varignon's theorem, you can still derive that YG is 1 meter for this triangle. So the weight of steel plate, which is triangular steel plate, is equal to the weight density of steel, which is given here, 77.3 kilonewtons per cubic meter. So 77,300 newtons per cubic meter. Let's change that to newtons per cubic meter because the weight here is in newtons. So we should also express the force here is, or the load here is 5,000 newtons. So we must express the weight in newtons also. Now, remember, although this is given, remember that the specific gravity of steel is 7.86. Then the specific weight or weight density of water is 9.81 kilonewtons per cubic meter. So that's why 7.86 times 9.81 is around 77.3, 77.1 I think, but this is the given value. It's close, so we just adapt that because that's given. Then the volume of the triangular plate is equal to area of the triangular plate, 1/2 base times height, times the thickness. So 1/2, the base is 2.7, this base here, I redraw the top view, and this is the base, 2.7, the height is 3 meters, and the thickness is 25 mm or 0.025 meter. So that is 7,826.6 newtons. Now, if you do not know this formula, here, then I hope that because you know the location of the centroid of a right triangle, then let's split this into two right triangles. And I will demonstrate that after we apply Varignon's theorem, XG is really 1.5 meters. So weight 1 would be weight density 73,300. Then volume of this left right triangular plate, 1/2. Base is 1.8. The height is 3. And the thickness 0.025. So that's 5,217.75 newtons. Then weight 2, which is here, this green here. The location of weight 1 is, of course, because you know that centroid of a right triangle, it is 2/3. So this distance is 2/3 of 1.8, and 2/3 of 1.8 is 1.2. While the distance of weight 2 from this from this height here is 1/3 of 0.9, and 1/3 of 0.9 is 0.3 meters. So therefore, the location of weight 2 from B, our reference is 1.8 plus 0.3 equals 2.1. So it's not shown here, but I explained that that's 1.8 plus 0.3, 2.1 from B. So also take note that weight 1 plus weight 2 should be equal to the total weight, which is WS 7,826.6. So that agrees with that value. So I apply Varignon's theorem so that for those who do not know this formula, you can still show that it's really xg is really 1.5 meters and yg is really 1 meter. So moment of the weight, single weight or resultant, is 7826.6 times xg, because this is our reference, the x-axis, equals weight 1 here, which is 5,217.75 newtons, and the moment arm or distance is 1.2, plus weight 2, which is 2608.88. Then the moment arm is, as I said, is 0.3 plus 1.8, 2.1 meters. So solving for xg, it's 1.5 meters. So I hope that you are now convinced that even if you do not know the location of centroid of the general triangle, you can still locate that by dividing or splitting it into known right triangles. So 1.5. Then if you apply Varignon's for YB, so you have weight YG equals weight 1 meter. 1 meter, that's 1 meter, 1/3 of 3, plus weight 2 times weight 2 times also 1 meter, because the height is common for the two right triangles. So definitely YG is 1 meter if you substitute. So having found the location of each individual W1, so I think you now agree that the location of the single weight of the plate is 1.5 meters horizontally from B and 1 meter vertically from B. So having found that, we can now solve tension at C first. If we sum up moments about axis BA, you may apply right thumb rule if you want. This is your right thumb direction, so positive moment would be that. So T sub C is positive. T sub C, the moment arm is 2.7, this distance here. 1.2 plus 1.2 plus 1.8 is, 3 meters. T sub C times 3 equals moment of 5,000, which is 5,000 times 1.2, plus moment of the weight 7826.6, and that is 1 meter from B. That's 1 meter from line AB. So tension at C is 4608.9 newtons. This time we sum up moment about Bx to solve for tension at A. So if you apply right thumb rule, this time moments due to these weights will be positive. So beginning with 5,000, so we have 5,000 times 1.8. Distance of 5,000 is 1.8 from Bx. So if this is Bx, that's 5,000, that's 1.8. So it's clear here. But it is also clear here, 1.8. Then plus weight 7826.6. And distance from Bx is 1.5. 7826.6 times 1.5. equals tension at A times 2.7. That's 2.7, 1.8 plus 0.9. Tension at A, distance to BX is 2.7. Then plus tension at C, this one. Summation of moment about dx. So after the moments of the weights, so 5,000 times 1.8 plus 7826.6 times 1.5, then equals tension at A with times 2.7 plus tension at C, the distance is 1.8. So that's 1.8 equal to that. So solving for tension at A, it is 4608.8 newtons. Then summation of moments about AX, right thumb rule. So the positive moment would be due to these tensions here, tension B and tension C. So beginning with tension B, the moment arm is 2.7 plus tension C, which is 4608.9. The moment arm is 0.9. Tension at C is here. Then we sum up moment about AX. This is AX. So that's why the moment arm is 0.9. Then equals moment of 5,000, which is 5,000 times 0.9 also, plus moment of 7826.6 times this distance, 1.2. That 1.2 is 2.7 minus 1.5. So take note, that's 1.5. This one. So distance of the W from this line AX here is 1.2. 2.7 minus 1.5. So it's indicated here 1.2. Solving for T sub B, it is 3608.9 newtons. And to check the answer, that's not, it's here. Summation forces vertical, or Y equals tension at A, 4608.8, plus tension at B, 3608.9, plus tension at C, 4608.9, minus 5,000, minus 7826.6. And if you use your calculator, that's almost zero. Okay. But that means these answers are correct. So that's it for this video.